Well, welcome to Pennington Place. It's an absolutely beautiful day. I was shopping the other day at Walmart, and I had to get diapers and things for the granddaughter. So they had their pumpkins for 50 cents each, trying to get rid of them. So I just got a couple. I didn't go crazy because we don't eat a whole lot of pumpkin, but we do like pumpkin pies, and we do like a pumpkin casserole, things like that. So I'm in the process of getting the pumpkins cut up so I can get them processed and canned. I'm saving the seeds because we're going to roast those. I've got 2 pumpkins is all I bought. So this is the first one. I've almost got it done. And then I'll put the slices in the oven. There's the slices. I'll put them in the oven and get them softened up, and I'll get everything scooped out. So I'm going to get these all processed and ready to go in the oven. Okay, so I've got 1 pumpkin sliced up in the oven roasting. The second pumpkin I'm going to go ahead and boil. That way I can get them both done at the same time so that I can get all my jars ready. And if I have to, I'll get both my canners going. And then I have my seeds. I'm going to get the seeds all washed off, and I will show you what I do with them as soon as I get this lovely pan of pumpkin on the stove and boiling. Okay, so the pumpkin seeds, I just bring them in and I wash them under cold water, make sure any of the pulp is off of them. They are pretty slimy, but as you wash them, they're not as slimy. Once I get the pulp off and they're pretty clean and no more pumpkin clung to them, then I'll just let them drain, and then I'll pat them dry, and I'll get them in the dehydrator for a few hours. Okay, so I went ahead and got all my pumpkin boiled, one of them, and then the other one roasted in the oven. I got them all scooped out, and this is what I'm left with. This is one of them. The ball book says to get it down to the consistency you want. You can sieve it, you can puree it, whatever you want to do. Some people say never to can this consistency because it's more likely to get bacteria in it. However, I've always done it this way. I've always done it the consistency of like when you buy the canned pumpkin. So it's kind of, when you scoop it out, it's kind of dry. You have to add hot water to get it the consistency you want. I do not puree mine or put it through a sieve. I prefer that when I have pumpkin pies or something that I actually have little chunks of pumpkin in it. I think there's nothing better than cutting into a fresh baked pumpkin pie and cutting a little chunk of pumpkin and seeing that inside of it. To me, I know it's homemade. I know someone spent time on it. It wasn't store-bought. It wasn't put through all these big machines and additives, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I prefer. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead, and I've already got the others in jars, quart jars. That was my first pumpkin, and I have a pumpkin pie in the oven from the first batch. This batch I'm going to get canned up. Then I'm going to start my my canner, and we're going to get them canned. Now, when you're doing quarts, you have to go 1 hour and 20 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure. If you did pints, I think it's 1 hour and 5 minutes. But to do these, you add a teaspoon of salt in each jar, then you add your pumpkin, and then of course you clean your rims and you put your lids and everything on. So I'm going to go ahead and get these all canned up and get them ready to go in my pressure cooker. So I'll get back to you real soon. So this is what happens when you spend $1 on pumpkins at Walmart on clearance. Pumpkin seeds roasted with olive oil, a little bit of salt. Pumpkin pie with extra cinnamon and spice. That's the way we like it. And 6 quarts of pureed pumpkin. There were 7, but for some reason the lid blew off of one of my cans. I did a boo-boo. The kids were here, and I stepped away from my canner, and the pressure got a little too high, and when the pressure was coming back down, I heard one pop. So it happens. It's life. I'll just use it for more pies. So this is what happens when you spend $1 on clearance pumpkins at Walmart. It's a beautiful thing. Anyway, make your days beautiful. Thanks for coming and visiting and spending some time with us. I hope you have a beautiful day. We'll talk to you later. God bless.